Hi everyone, I'm Mindy Egan, and in today's video, I'm going to show you a trick on how to use your Happy Holidays foil plate with the coordinating stamp set. First, I'm taking the Happy Holidays foil plate and placing it face down on deluxe white cardstock. Then I'm bringing in some pink Glimmer foil, and I'm just kind of eyeballing it to measure about the size I need to cover that foil plate. I find it easiest to trim this down with a large pair of scissors. Then I took that foil and I placed it over the cardstock, and I'm aligning that hot foil plate in the center of the card panel that is cut to 4¼ by 5½. I'm going to trim off any excess foil, and now that my panel is ready, I'm bringing in my Glimmer system. The red light is on, which means that it's turned on. You just have to wait for that second light to turn green, which means it's ready. Then I took my sandwich, I flipped it onto the Glimmer system so that my hot foil plate is touching the foil system, placed my shims on top, and then hit the button. It's going to flash green, but when it stays solid, that means it's ready. So you can pull this from the Glimmer system and run that through your Platinum 6 die cut machine. I'm going to carefully remove the hot foil plate because it is a little warm to the touch, and pull up my foil and then remove any of that tape that I had holding my foil plate in place. Now here is the trick for you, and what you'll need to do is you place this in a stamp positioner, and then you take that stamp set and take off all of the stamps. Now take that carrier sheet and line up the black of the words and just kind of offset it, just kind of slightly moving it a little, offsetting it from that foil that we just did. I'm going to hold that carrier sheet with my magnet in my MISTI tool so it doesn't move, and then I'm bringing that stamp back in and placing it over the top. So my stamp is lining up with the black letters of the carrier sheet. Then I can pick this up with the door of the MISTI, remove that carrier sheet, and then just make sure your cardstock is still positioned correctly. And I am going to stamp my sentiment in the Azalea ink from Hero Art. I'm going to go for a monochromatic look for my finished card project today. So I'm inking that up and going to stamp that down, and you're going to see how it aligns nicely to have that shadow area. So you can stamp this numerous times depending on the results you want to achieve. Now to quickly finish this card off, I'm going to take this panel and I'm going to align the Snowflake stencil over the top. I personally like to use the Make Art Station, so I use my magnets to hold the stencil down. And then I'm going around the stencil with my blending brush and that same Azalea ink. After I remove the stencil, one of my favorite things to do is to go back over those areas with the same color ink. I think this really helps draw your eye to the center of the card where my sentiment is. I don't blend all the way into the center. I'm going to have it fade off into the white. And if you want to add more contrast, you can bring in a darker color like cherry or crimson and just go around the very outer edges. And that's going to finish this card off. A very quick, simple one-layer card. You can see we have this gorgeous shine of that hot foil plate that casts a shadow. And I hope this tip has helped you. Thanks so much for watching.